Throughout its entire production run from 1975 to 1989, the Porsche 911 Turbo was the top-of-the-range model from Porsche. Making use of turbocharging technology, which Porsche had begun experimenting with in the early 1970s with the Porsche 917, the 911 Turbo was developed to be a direct competitor for the much more expensive and exclusive supercars of the era. Although the car was no longer required as a homologation model, due to changes in the homologation rules, it became the basis for the 934 and the 935 race cars. The car proved to be very fast, but also very demanding to drive. Its short wheelbase, engine position, and power delivery contributed to a tendency to oversteer that required a high level of skill to control. A distinctive flared rear spoiler, wider rear arches, and upgraded tires were added to help increase grip and make the car more stable. The rear spoiler was later raised even more to allow enough space for the newer air-to-air intercooler, which was added to increase power even further. Stopping performance was also improved by using brakes similar to those found on the successful Porsche 917 race car. The Speedster name is one of the most evocative in the history of Porsche. To commemorate its famous 50s forebear, a limited edition 911 Speedster will go on sale in January 2011. As a homage to the original 356 Speedster, only 356 examples of this low-slung, open-top two-seater will be made, so seeing one will be a rare sight. The characteristic rear-engine chassis features the best from the current 911 generation. A 3.8-liter flat-six tuned to deliver 408 horsepower with an average fuel consumption of 27.43 miles per gallon, and the 7-speed Porsche PDK gearbox, which delivers power via a limited slip differential to the rear axle. Designed and conceived by the Porsche exclusive department in Stuttgart, the two-seater 911 Speedster is significantly different from the other members of the 911 family. Every Porsche Speedster was traditionally distinguished by its shortened windscreen and sleek tail. The new 911 features a 40mm lowered and raked windscreen and the characteristic double-bubble hardcover for the manual soft top. The sporting flavor is enhanced further by the pure blue exterior color that has been developed exclusively for the Speedster and which provides an intriguing contrast with the tinted front lights, black headlight surrounds, black windscreen border, and other black decorative features. Countach is an exclamation of astonishment that a man from Piedmont, northern Italy, might make when seeing an extremely beautiful woman. Allegedly, this was the word that Nuccio Bertoni uttered when he first saw the design, and the name stuck. A single prototype was built and shown at the 1971 Geneva Motor Show. The first Countach, with a few necessary design modifications, including much larger air intakes on the car's rear shoulders, was delivered in 1974. Although not the first wedge-shaped car design, it is undoubtedly the most famous and was the must-have pin-up car of the 80s. A total of 676 Countach LP 5000 QVs were built between 1985 and 1988, with the Countach being replaced by the Diablo in 1990. Improvements to the engine were made throughout the Countach's lifetime. With the LP 5000 QV, the V12 engine received 4 valves per cylinder, hence the QV, Quattro Valvole name, and an increase in engine capacity to 5.2 liters. The 6 double carburetors were moved from the side to the top, which improved engine breathing, but reduced rear visibility to near zero. The Porsche 959, with its electronically controlled all-wheel drive, was originally conceived as a Group B car, the road-going version created to satisfy homologation regulations that required a minimum of 200 street-legal units to be built. The road car became the world's fastest street-legal production car with a top speed of 197 miles per hour and was hailed as the most technologically advanced road-going sports car ever built. Instead of creating an engine from scratch, Porsche developed an existing engine, ending up with a twin turbocharged six-cylinder boxer engine with an air-cooled block and water-cooled heads. The use of sequential twin turbochargers allowed for smooth, seamless delivery of power across the engine RPM band, which contrasted to the sudden delivery of power found in other turbocharged engines of this period. Instead of using a tubular space frame, which would have saved weight, Porsche chose to use a steel monocoque, which reduced cost and would be easier to translate to future models. The pursuit of lightness and aerodynamics was, however, a big focus for the body, which was made from Kevlar and was a pioneering feature of the mid-80s. Its big front air dam and huge rear spoiler were created from time spent in the wind tunnel and contributed to an impressive drag coefficient of 0.31. The Porsche engineers knew exactly what their objective was: to make the new 911 GT2 RS the most powerful Porsche for the road. Objective achieved. The water-cooled six-cylinder bi-turbo Boxster engine with four-valve technology, variable turbine geometry, VTG, and VarioCam Plus delivers its power through the rear axle. From its 3.6-liter capacity, it generates an enormous 620 horsepower at an engine speed of 6,500 RPM and 700 Newton meters between 2,250 and 5,500 RPM. Couple this with a weight reduction, compared to the GT2, of 70 kilograms from the clever use of carbon, aluminum, polycarbonate, and a single-mass flywheel, you have a class-leading weight-to-power ratio of 2.21 kilograms per horsepower. Carbon elements have been used wherever possible, including the front lid, spoiler lip, and rear wing. Even the mud flaps are available in carbon as an option. These not only save weight, but their distinctive matte black finish allows the 911 GT2 RS to be easily recognized when compared to the 911 GT2. Lamborghini is redefining the future of the supersports car with a unique technology demonstrator. Its name, which means sixth element and refers to the position of carbon on the periodic table, hints at the extensive use of Lamborghini's advanced carbon fiber technology throughout its construction, including parts of the suspension and wheels. With an overall curb weight below 1,000 kilograms, coupled with the same V10 engine that was previously only found in the Gallardo LP574 Superleggera, the Sesto Elemento is capable of a truly staggering 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time of 2.5 seconds. Every single kilometer in the Sesto Elemento is sheer fascination, due in part to the relentless traction attained by using a permanent all-wheel drive system. Every single line of a Lamborghini has a clear function. The two vertical ribs at the front improve stiffness and guide the cooling air directly to the radiator and brakes. The triangle, like the one around the door handle, is a recurring theme that can also be seen on the air outlets in the hood. Surfaces have an outstanding red shimmer thanks to a nanotechnology which adds fine crystals during the final stage of production. At the beginning of the 90s, the Diablo replaced the Countach and was yet again the showcase for Lamborghini's now legendary V12 engines. The name, which means devil, is a return to using names of famous fighting bulls, with Diablo noted as being particularly ferocious. In 1993, the specialized Diablo VT was released. The VT, or viscous traction, highlights the inclusion of all-wheel drive, which would be a feature of almost all of Lamborghini's future cars. However, when the Diablo SV was created in 1995, it was based on the original Diablo and was therefore rear-wheel drive. With the SV or Sport Veloce name, which had only been used once before, it did include an uprated engine capable of delivering 510 horsepower, larger brakes, and a new three-piece adjustable spoiler. The original brief for the Diablo was to build a car capable of at least 196 miles per hour. In 1991, the original Diablo was briefly the fastest production car in the world, with a top speed of 202 miles per hour. With an optional SV logo on the side, other distinguishing features include dual instead of quad front fog lamps, front brake cooling ducts, and 2 massive air takes on the engine cover. Had a model been especially popular or highly successful in races, Ettore Bugatti's customers often push the master to tease out of the engine a few horsepower more for their future car. The Supersport is a consequent further development of the classic exclusive 1001 bhp Bugatti Veyron 16.4 launched in 2005. The result is a car with a uniquely high performance of 1,200 bhp, 882 kilowatt, offering experienced drivers a whole new dimension of excitement with a maximum torque of 1,500 Newton meters and a limited top speed of 415 kilometers per hour to protect the tires. The body has been fine-tuned to improve aerodynamic efficiency and maintain perfect balance in every situation, while the new fiber structure of the all-carbon monocoque ensures maximum torsion rigidity and passive safety at reduced weight. The skin is made entirely of carbon fiber composites, and the new Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Supersport is available in 100% clear lacquered exposed carbon on request. Apollo, son of the Greek god Zeus, responsible for victory and symbol of masculine beauty. Today, an inspiration for the breathtakingly uncompromising super sports car that unites aesthetics and function like no other. The impressive power of the high-performance 8-cylinder engine is based on a proven V8 bi-turbo unit from Audi, originally engineered by Cosworth. Weighing only 196 kilograms, it plays a major role in ensuring the ideal weight and fascinating driving dynamics. The deep growl of the twin-exit exhaust system with its 3-way catalytic converters says it best. The Apollo has pure, unbeatable performance as reflected in the figures. Like a rocket, the Apollo catapults its pilot from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3 seconds and only requires 8.9 seconds from 0 to 124 miles per hour. The mid-engine layout is emphasized by the cockpit, which is clearly located toward the front of the vehicle, and the long wheelbase. Both factors ensure optimum driving qualities. The high-set air intake for the engine is reminiscent of Formula One vehicles and emphasizes Apollo racing character. The dominant rear provides a view of the diffuser and the underbody, made completely from carbon, which combined with the front diffuser and flow channels achieves an exceptionally high downforce for a road vehicle.